Hello, a warm welcome to you from SGT University. I, Dr. Sahil Vashisht, Faculty of Engineering and Technology. Today we will learn about the data communication. We are collecting a lot of information while communicating with each other. But some places in outskirts or countryside where there is nothing to be connected, the thing which make us alive or a network alive is the internet. Internet help us to remotely share our work with the office, networking, help us to share information and communicate while we traveling. We are using internet so frequently, so let's explore some knowledge on this topic. So here let's start with its basic elements of the data communication. So what is the data communication? The data communication is a process of sharing the data among two or more devices via some form of transmission medium such as wired or wireless. In this picture, we can observe that all the three nodes or devices are connected wirelessly and the data transfer is also happening through the wireless channel. The computer contains data in it. So what is the data? Data is the collection of the facts such as values, text, images, audio, and it also includes measurements. So it can be a number, observation, and description. Now we will cover what are the fundamental characteristics for the effective data communication. There are three fundamental characteristics. The first is the delivery, accuracy, and timeliness. The delivery refers to the data should be delivered to correct and intended location destination and must be received by intended user and receiver. The next one is the accuracy. The system must deliver the data accurately and data should not be altered in the transmission. The last one is the timeliness. The system must deliver the data on time. The data delivered after a deadline is of no use. So these are the fundamental characteristics for the effective data communication. So the next question which comes into our mind is the component of data communication. So what are the components? Are they differ from the fundamental characteristics which we just covered in the previous topic, or they are the new one? So let's start. The first component is the sender. The next one is the receiver. The another one which is also play a important role is the transmission medium. Then we have a message. Then after that there is a protocol. The first component is the sender. A source wants to communicate or share information to a destination. This source is also known as sender. The device that sends the data in form of a message to the destination or some target. It can be a computer, cell phone, or a video camera. The next component is the receiver. The destination of a transmitted data is the receiver, which will receive the data. The device that receives the data is known as the receiver. A receiver can again be a computer, cell phone, or a video camera. The third component is the message. The message is the information to be communicated. The popular form of information includes the text, numbers, pictures, audio, and video. The fourth component is the transmission medium. In the data communication network, the transmission medium is the physical path for the data to travel to its destination. The receiver receives the data at the one end of this path and the sender sends the data from the another end of this path. The transmission medium could be like twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, or fiber optics cable. The last component is the protocols. A protocol is nothing but a set of rules that applies on the full data communication procedure. This is like an agreement between the two devices to communicate with each other. For example, how to send the data, how the data will be traveling, how to ensure that the full data has received, and how to handle the data errors in the transmission. Both devices follow the same set of rules and protocols so that they can understand each other. Now let's discuss the data flow in a computer network. The way in which the data is transmitted from one device to the another device is known as the data flow. In simplex mode, the data communication or the transfer of the data is done in a unidirectional. Example, monitor can only display the output. The entire capacity of the channel is used to transmit data in the one directional. The next one is the half duplex. In the half duplex channel, the direction can be reversed. That is, the station can transmit and receive the data as well. The message flow in both the directions but not at the same time. A walkie-talkie is an example of a half duplex mode. The last one is the full duplex mode. The communication in the full duplex mode can be a bidirectional. That is, the data flow in both the directions. Both the stations can send and receive the message simultaneously. The full duplex mode is the fastest mode of communication between the devices. So what are network topologies? The network topology is a systematic description of a network arrangement connecting various nodes such as sender and receiver through various lines of connection. The configuration or topology of a network is a key to determining its performance. The network topology is a way a network is arranged, including the physical or logical description of how links and nodes are set up to relate to each other. We are having four types of topologies. The first one is the bus topology. Then we have ring topology. The third one is the mesh topology. And the last one is the star topology. Now let's discuss these topologies one by one. The bus topology is a network type in which every computer and a network device is connected to a single cable. It transmits the data from one end to another in a single direction. No bidirectional features is available in the bus topology. Another one is the ring topology. In this topology, it forms a ring connecting a devices with its exactly two neighboring devices. In this topology, the data follows a ring-like structure. The third topology is the mesh topology. Every device is connected to another device via a particular channel, and in this topology, all nodes cooperate to distribute data among each other. The last topology is the star topology. In star topology, all the devices are connected to hub through a cable. This hub is the central node and the all other nodes or devices are connected to a central node. The hub can be a passive in nature, that is not intelligent hub such as broadcasting devices. At the same time, the hub can be an intelligent known as the active hub. The active hub have a repeater in them. So let's start with the computer network. So what is a computer network? A computer network is a set of computers connected together for the purpose of sharing some resources. The most common resource shared today is the connection to the internet. So let's start with the components of the computer network. The first component is the node. A node is a physical device within a network of other tools that's able to send, receive, or forward the information. A personal computer is the most common node. It's called the computer node or a internet node. The next component is the NIC, the Network Interface Controller or card. It is a hardware component without which a computer cannot be connected over a network. It is a circuit board installed in the computer that provides a dedicated network connection to the computer. Now coming to the next component, which is repeater. Repeater amplifier the attenuated signal and then retransmit it. Digital repeater can even reconstruct the signal distorted by the transmission loss. So repeaters are the properly incorporated to connect between two LANs, thus forming a large single LAN. The next component is the hubs. The hubs are the devices commonly used to connect segment of a LAN. The hub connects multiple ports. When a packet arrives at one port, it is copied to the another port so that all the segment of the LAN can see the packet. The next component is bridges. The bridges are the networking devices that connect the networks. Sometimes it is very necessary to divide the networks into subnets to reduce the amount of traffic on each larger subnet or for the security reasons. Once divided, the bridge connects the two subnets and manages the traffic flow between them. Now let's discuss about the next component, which is switches. Switches is networking hardware that connects devices on a computer network by using packet switching to receive and forward the data to the destination devices. Let's discuss about the another major component, that is router. A router is a networking device that forwards data packets between the computer networks. A router performs the traffic directing functions on the internet. Data sent through the internet, such as a web page or email, it is in the form of a data packet. The last component is a firewall. A firewall is a network security device that monitors the incoming and outgoing network traffic and permits or blocks the data packet based on a set of security rules. Its purpose is to establish a barrier between your internal network and incoming traffic from external sources such as internet in order to block malicious traffic like virus and hackers. Today we have covered the data communication and elements. Next time we meet, we will exploring the data communication and the network formation. Keep learning, keep growing. See you next time.